Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, aka the True Prince of Pro, and today I'm here to review episode 14 of AAA TV on Fox in Mexico. To start this episode off, we have a triple threat match as it's Joaquin Wilde versus Lince Dorado versus Aerostar. Lince Dorado gains the advantage quickly in the match by hitting Joaquin Wilde with a big hip toss and hitting Aerostar with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Aerostar and Joaquin Wilde work together to deliver a double superkick to Lince Dorado. Joaquin Wilde would then throw Lince Dorado into the arms of Aerostar and drop them both with a neckbreaker DDT combo. Lince Dorado hits Aerostar with a big flip dive to the outside. Then Joaquin Wilde follows it up with a flip dive of his own onto both competitors. Back in the ring, Joaquin Wilde locks Aerostar in a submission hold and then calls on a photographer to take his picture while he is posing in the hold. This is a very fun spot that Joaquin Wilde used to do a lot back in the day, and it makes me so happy to see him bringing it back here onto AAA. Lince Dorado hits Joaquin Wilde and Aerostar with a back handspring double stunner. Aerostar springs off the ropes and then gets caught with a superkick by Joaquin Wilde. Joaquin Wilde would powerbomb Aerostar out of the corner and go for the pin when it is broken up by Lince Dorado hitting a shooting star press off the top rope. Aerostar would hit a pair of dives to the outside onto both opponents. Back in the ring, Aerostar would spring off the ropes and catch Lince Dorado with a cutter. Aerostar would put Lince Dorado on the top rope and hit him with a Hurricane Rana, but Lince Dorado would roll through with the momentum and steal the victory in a very fun opening match. After that, we got a backstage segment where the War Raiders were attacking Monster Clown, but Psycho Clown and Pagano ran in and made the save. After that, we got a backstage segment with Dorian Roldan and Marcela Peña, and in this segment, Dorian Roldan says that AAA really lost out when El Hijo del Vikingo didn't win the WWE Intercontinental Championship last week, and then blames Mini Vikingo for that loss. Dorian then asks Marcela to name Dorian as the AAA General Manager so he can help steer the AAA brand going forward into the future, and Marcela says that she will think about it. Up next, we have a match for the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships, as Lola Vice and Mr Iguana defend the titles against La Hiedra and Dinámico. Mr Iguana throws Dinámico off his offense very early on by hitting an Iguana Rana and having La Yesca go for the pinfall attempt. The women are tagged into the match and we get some back and forth offense between the two when Lola Vice starts mimicking Mr Iguana style offense, which allows her to lock La Hiedra in the armbar. Lola Vice hits Dinámico with some rapid fire kicks, which allows La Hiedra to hit Lola Vice with a clothesline. La Hiedra then teases a running hip attack into the corner onto Mr Iguana, but stops and then moves out of the way so Dinámico can hit him with a vicious running dropkick. La Hiedra then wears down Lola Vice in the ring, but Lola Vice eventually gains control by hitting a back suplex and allowing her to make the tag to Mr Iguana. Mr Iguana then hits Dinámico with some more Iguana Ranas, but Dinámico would then drop Mr Iguana with a cutter. La Yesca would then bite the hand of La Hiedra, and Lola Vice would hit Dinámico with a running hip attack into the corner. Lola Vice would then hit La Hiedra with a spin kick, and then follow it up with a running seated senton off the apron. In the ring, Dinámico would drop Mr Iguana with a powerbomb for a near fall, and then when Dinámico went for the electric chair drop, Mr Iguana would counter it with the spin-out bulldog to pick up the win for his team. After that, we learn in 2 weeks we'll have a contract signing between the real El Grande Americano and the original El Grande Americano for their upcoming Mask vs. Mask match at Noche de los Grandes. Next, we had a backstage segment with the real El Grande Americano where he's seeking out some advice from Lucha legend Tejano Jr. El Grande Americano then asks Tejano Jr. if he would help him defend AAA in Lucha Libre by being his tag team partner, and Tejano Jr. agrees to it. In a previous review, I mentioned how I'd love to see some lucha names of the past being integrated into this roster to help give some more help with the divisions and bolster up the roster with more star power, so I was very excited to see that Tejano Jr. is being incorporated into the El Grande Americano story. After that, we learn that next week we'll see the real El Grande Americano and Tejano Jr. take on the team of El Macias and Mecha Wolf. Ray Phoenix will be in action next week, and we will also hear from La Catalina after her big debut last week. It's main event time as we have a match between Psycho Clown and Ivar. Psycho Clown brings the fight early to Ivar after the War Raiders tried to attack Murder Clown earlier in the night. Psycho Clown would hit Ivar with a springboard crossbody and then clothesline the big man out of the ring. Psycho Clown would follow it up with a suicide dive from the apron through the corner post. In the ring, Ivar would gain the advantage by hitting Psycho Clown with a spinning power slam. Ivar would then hard Irish whip Psycho Clown into the corner and then walk across his back. Ivar and Psycho Clown would trade running corner splashes back and forth when Ivar would end the series by hitting Psycho Clown with a seated senton out of the corner. Psycho Clown would hit Ivar with a running dropkick into the corner and follow it up with a split-legged moonsault for a near fall. Psycho Clown would go for a crossbody off the top rope, but Ivar would catch him and squash him into the mat. Ivar would then go for a moonsault off the top rope, but Psycho Clown would move out of the way. Ivar would hit Psycho Clown with a double underhook powerbomb for a near fall. Psycho Clown would then hit Ivar with a sunset flip powerbomb out of the corner and follow it up with a code red for another near fall. Psycho Clown would hit Ivar with another dropkick into the corner, but this time accidentally squashes the referee. Psycho Clown would hit Ivar with the Psycho Driver, but there's no referee, and that's when Eric of the War Raiders gets into the ring and attacks Psycho Clown. The War Raiders would then hit Psycho Clown with the Viking Experience, which allows Ivar to pick up the win. After the match, we get some dissension between Psycho Clown and Pagano, as Psycho Clown was upset that Pagano wasn't there to help defend him. When the two go backstage, they get into an argument and then they go their separate ways. And that's when Psycho Clown stumbles across and attacked Murder Clown. Psycho Clown finds a bandana at the scene of the crime, which makes him believe that Pagano was the one who attacked Murder Clown. Overall, this is a very fun episode of AAA TV. I loved seeing Joaquin Wilde getting to break out on his own a little bit and compete in the Cruiserweight division, and I really hope we see more of that in the future. Tejano Jr. being brought back into the fold was fantastic to me, and I'm really excited to see all the matchups we could see with Tejano Jr. back on the AAA roster. A potential Tejano Jr. versus Dominic Mysterio match greatly intrigues me, and I hope that's something we get in the future. And the Psycho Clown and Pagano feud is progressing very nicely, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Thank you for watching this review, and I look forward to talking more Lucha Libre with y'all in the next video.